Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Inept Pit episode 40. I'm your host, Drew Campbell. The other fat guy is Evan Sasiela.
What's up?
Dude, our podcast turned 40. It's going to have a crisis right now. Might buy a Corvette. Might hit his wife. Who knows? These are tough times for people.
I'm surprised you kind of made it this far. We've made it to 40.
I already told you, when I believe in myself. I don't give up. I'm not a quitter. Except when it comes to college, I quit that pretty fast. It's one semester, and I said, nope, I'm done doing papers. That sucks.
Yeah.
The only papers I'm doing are rolling them. You know what I mean, man? I'm rolling joints. That's what I'd be doing. Fucking idiot.
Yeah. You peer pressured me into doing this podcast, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are 40 weeks later, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I just almost knocked over my whole desk. That was insane. Okay. Don't kick anymore, Drew. Yeah, we did it 40 episodes, and you know what? We're going to do way more than 40 more.
Yeah, 41.
Fuck you, dude.
Recall it.
Fuck you.
I'm just playing around.
Not funny anymore, Evan. We're in this podcast. I've invested my life into this. Do you not understand? I've installed a detonator on my heart that if a new episode of Inept Pit doesn't release every Wednesday, it will go off and destroy my heart. It'll explode out of my chest no matter where I'm at in the world.
I love how you say you invested your life into this podcast, but you have yet to invest in a new bedroom light.
Or camera.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Or just anything, basically.
Yeah, you know, money's hard, dude. I don't know. Times are tough. You know, a lot of people are looking for jobs, and I have one, and I spend my money on stupid stuff. Times are really easy for me. I'm just a moron, honestly.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? Did we talk about this last time when you had nothing? You just say, yeah. It really makes it hard to have a dialogue with you when your only contribution is, yeah.
It's still morning, so I'm a little bit trying to wake up a little bit.
Whatever. I saw you. I dropped you off, so you had 2 Cokes on you. 2 full Cokes.
I only had 1 so far.
Yeah, you're having Coke before fucking noon. What a real sack of shit you are.
I still have some pretzels too.
All right, pretzels came in clutch yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I made fun of him. Well, what we're talking about is that me and Evan went on another trip together because, of course, apparently that's our life now.
But are we going to talk about Ron White?
We'll get to that.
Maybe.
Maybe. We haven't
gotten that in 2 episodes. We have not gotten to that.
We have to talk about what just happened. Well, it's fresh on the minds.
I don't think a lot happened.
Well, we went up north.
Yeah, and we drank and ate and listened to music.
Yeah, you know what? A lot didn't happen. Think about. We got drunk and went on kayaks at 3 a.m. I was so tempted to scream, but I was so high at the time that I was just enjoying the bliss of the pitch black lake and the pitch black sky full of stars. I was just like, oh man, this is what the universe is all about. This is what it's all about, man.
We didn't go on them last night. I know you wanted to go back on them because we didn't get a photo.
Yeah, you piece of shit. I had you bring your phone out into dangerous, treacherous waters, and you didn't even snap a photo.
It was pitch black outside. I couldn't get a good photo.
That's why they make flashes, dummy.
Yeah, but still would have been bad. It was that dark outside.
I disagree.
I have a bad camera. Another thing, I have a bad camera.
You have a bad everything. You have a bad attitude in life.
And I was going to tip over in that kayak. I could.
That was the best part. Is like afterwards, I'm like, dude, wasn't it so much fun? It was like I was terrified the whole time.
The whole time I was just bouncing back and forth. I literally thought I was going to tip in, and you're out there by the island, just chilling. You're like, hey man,
dude, it's not hard to fucking stay balanced a kayak. You just sit there. It's not like a bike. It's not. You literally have to be leaning for it to not be balanced.
At that time of night, after all those Miller Lights we had, that wasn't about it.
We had dirty 30. I think I ate or drank 2 days worth of food, or in the last 2 days. Like that's how many beers I drank. And it
That's
wasn't even like
insane.
fun drinking. Like, I mean, it was fun, but it was literally just like we were just started drinking at like 5 or something like that. And then by the end of the night, I was like, oh man, I had like 18 beers today, I think. It wasn't like
Hmm.
I got that drunk either. It was just because it was just drinking Miller Lights all for a long period. I think this is why people get beer guts. I think I'm going to
Yeah.
develop, I don't think I'm going to get fat, but I think I'm going to start looking pregnant. And if that happens, Evan, I want you to promise me something that you're going to come over to my house and you are going to smother me with a pillow in my sleep because I don't want to live that life.
Well, I already have a beer belly, and I can tell you from experience, this isn't all that bad.
I look at you and I have to say it is all that bad.
Yeah, we all had to hear your Evans a manatee material at the beach yesterday.
I was warning that as we go to the beach, that you're getting in the water. I'm like, run, children, run.
What'd you say when I walked out? You're like, does anyone feel the water levels dip?
Yeah, I didn't know. As you
They're
walked out of the
raised.
lake, I said, did anyone notice how the water level lowered?
Yeah, that was fun.
I was mean to you publicly in front of my family, and they loved every bit of it.
And everyone was at the beach, which was a lot of people. There's at least 40 people there.
Yeah, so everyone could just witness me publicly yelling fat jokes at you.
Yeah, it's like a live Inept Pit,
Yeah, essentially, you know. I mean, if you were around us, this, I mean, hanging around us is essentially the podcast in a nutshell.
pretty much. We don't do anything else.
We just sit around, talk, and drink, or we go to a
It's the
concert.
basis of friendship. Yeah, we're going to concert.
Yeah.
Or we go on a trip where I end up paying for a lot of things.
Yeah, dude, we gotta do another one of those real soon.
You still owe me 2 trips.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Friendships don't keep track,
I
right?
do.
There's no there's no big scorekeeper in the sky, man. You just gotta let money roll like money
Che-
roll.
Check your Venmo request. I think you're a little bit
I
behind on a couple
I
things.
I ignore those Venmo requests because
I'll send you a reminder.
I don't believe in capitalism and I reject it. So
Well,
I
I'm
say,
going. Then you're not invited to the next trip. Then
you know I am. Who else are you gonna invite?
I'm not gonna just go solo.
No, you're not. You
You're
can't
right.
say no to me. God damn it. You're like, I can't quit you.
You're the drug that I need.
Mm-hmm. You're in love with me, dude. It was really. Can I talk about the really lame moment
When?
when we were messed up and we were sitting in the cabin and I'm just stoned as fuck, just staring at the walls. I'm like, dude, I'm just looking at the patterns of the wood. And you're laughing, and then at one point you just turn to me and you just go, "I love you."
And you're like, I love you too. Let's not speak of this ever again or
Yeah, I'm gonna
something.
go to bed now.
Yeah. What was that? It was like 3:30.
hmm I don't know why that. What's your excuse on that one? Like, I don't know why
I
you're
don't know.
justifying. It was 3:30. Everyone, I just tell everyone I love them at 3:30.
I was actually surprised that I was technically the last person who was up.
Yeah, both nights. Also, shout out second night. I ate spaghetti in bed and I got zero of it in bed. I did my standard drunk Drew.
That spaghetti was really, really
Yeah,
good.
dude, mom's spaghetti is the best. My
Yeah.
mom makes the best spaghetti. All your moms out there suck at making spaghetti compared to my mom. My mom, you want to know why?
Why?
She puts love in it. You can feel the love for her children in each bite. You can taste it.
I can also taste the meat sauce and the mushrooms.
Nope, nope, nope. That's tenderness and care you're also tasting.
Just give it away the recipe live on there.
Yeah, it's a
Here's how
little
you
bit of
make it.
tenderness, a little bit of care, a whole lot of love. That's my mom's spaghetti, man.
Isn't that what the Powerpuff Girls? Isn't that what?
No, it's sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Yeah,
Stupid.
same thing.
That's not the same thing at
Everything
all.
nice is kindness,
I
care.
didn't say kindness. Well, now
Yeah.
you're really splitting hairs on this one. Isn't it
Sorry.
weird that like that guy just made three little girls?
Yeah.
Did no one question that?
No.
The scientist like, hey, what was his name? Professor X? No, that's the wheelchair guy from the X-Men. What was their dad's name?
Gotta pull that up here.
Yeah, look it up because it'll make the bit better if I say his name. Come on, Google search to your heart's content. The bit gets funnier the more time it takes for you to look it up. Just gotta look at your big stupid face while we're trying to figure out a character from the Powerpuff Girls.
This is the 40th special.
Yeah, we're really starting out with a bad episode too. This episode sucks so far.
Professor Utonium.
Sure,
I
is
think
that his
that's
name?
it.
Professor Utonium?
Yeah,
Okay.
Professor Utonium.
I was like, no one in the town just like, I guess like it's odd that Professor Utonium just made three little girls and now they live with him. And I
Yeah,
think that's weird. Like, should we do something about it?
it says the mayor's name is Mayor.
Yeah, it was.
Doesn't
But
even
way to
have.
ruin the fucking bit, dude. I was doing a bit. Fuck you, dude. We're 40 episodes in and you still can't bit with me and you're ruining mine. This podcast sucked. You'd think you'd have a little goddamn experience right now. You just ran my good bit into the ground. And it wasn't even a good bit. It was okay at best, actually, if I'm being honest. But you just ran it to the ground. God, I hate you.
You
I
gotta
hate you
keep the
so
trends
much.
going. Gotta keep the trends going.
What trend? Of you just sucking at this podcast? It's not a
Yes.
trend. It's not a trend. It's just a bad trait you have.
What kind of coffee is that?
Who said I'm drinking coffee?
What? What is it?
I said, who said I'm drinking coffee?
It looks like coffee. It's out of a mug.
Nope, drinking my own piss.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am, dude. It keeps me wide awake, gets me ready for the podcast, lets me spit hot fire, man. You ever drink your own piss?
No, I haven't.
It'll wake you up. Wakes you up more than coffee, man. You have a swig of piss, you're up out of a dead sleep.
Does it taste good?
You go be like, is that piss? Oh hell no, it doesn't. Tastes like piss.
Exactly. So why would you drink it?
Wakes you up.
Well, so coffee can make you
Makes
wake
your
you up.
nipples hard and wakes you up. Wakes you up more. than
Energy
coffee.
drinks.
And also, I think coffee's worse for you than your own piss.
Well,
I didn't do the research on that, but I just feel that, and if I feel something, it's got to be true.
that's why you should drink Coke
No,
before noon.
no, you should never drink. You should never drink pop at all.
I mean,
It's
pretty
all
much.
terrible for you. No, not pretty much. Just any nutritionist would be like, yeah, just don't do that.
Yeah,
Trying to
too
lose,
much sugar.
Remember how you're trying to lose weight, Evan?
Yeah,
We talk about that.
we've always thought. I feel like
I know,
we bring
we
that up
talked
every
about it.
time.
I know, but you came on, you talked, you
The
called.
subplot to this podcast is me trying
that
to be
you-
healthy and better my life, and you always coming up with things to prevent that from happening.
The actual plot of this podcast is mostly just me calling you fat. It's most of this podcast. That's why I thought it was funny that you were like, I just went to the doctor's. Turns out I'm morbidly obese and I have high blood pressure. And I honestly wanted to laugh. I'm like, I can't believe you went to a stranger and paid them for that when I do it free for you every week. Every time I see you, I tell you you're morbidly obese constantly. Where's my check? Where's my money? It's also,
Start a
I think
Venmo.
we've already
Start a
talked.
Venmo.
I know, but I think we've already talked about it on this podcast. But it is hysterical to me that I've really broken it down. Doctor is the only profession where you can just be paid to bully fat people.
They don't bully. They try to help.
They
They have to
come
be
in.
blunt with you, so
No,
you change.
It's bullying. They go like this. You come in, they go, all right, well, the test results are back, and it turns out you're a big old fat piece of shit, Tubbs. Ooh, what, you going to lose some weight, huh? Jiggle tits. Look at this high blood pressure. You're going to die. You're going to fucking die. You're gross, and you're going to die.
I feel like
That'll be $800.
I feel like
$800.
that's what doctors think probably in their heads.
Yeah, I can't wait. And like, I don't know where my guidance counselor was that they could have told me that I could have been paid to bully fat people as a living. I didn't know being a doctor could be so cool.
But I'll just do it for free and
I just do it for the love of the game now.
It's not even a game.
It's the love of the game, man. Just shitting on fatties.
Hey man,
there's
it's punching
one.
down.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, let's explain the idea of punching down, punching up, because a lot of people don't know what that means. So punching down is considered that you're punching Like you're making a joke about someone who
It's an
is
inferior group or
yes,
something, minority.
yep. And then punching up is considering superior. You're making fun of a superior group. So like rich people, white people.
People with power, pretty
Yes.
much.
But here is my problem with the whole idea of punching up and punching down. Is even what you just said, your description of it. Punching down is you're saying that they are inferior. I'm sorry, but that honestly makes no fucking sense because I believe everyone's equal. So I don't think that people are fat or beneath me. So I think it's fair to make fun of them because I don't go, oh, you're a lesser person than me. However, how could I ever talk bad about you? You're less than me. No, you're just as good as I am. If not, you're probably better, honestly. We saw your soul and your work ethic. You're probably better than me. So I'm going to make fun of you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm better than you.
These are the
These are
lengths
good.
you'll go to call someone fat.
I'm making good points. Am I not?
I don't know. That's what our listeners have to decide.
I'm asking you, Evan. You have your own opinion.
I still am a big believer, and I guess you shouldn't make fun of a whole group. You should.
Make fun of individuals.
Well, I think it's bad both ways.
Okay, but I'm honest asking, am I not making good points?
For the sake of this bit, yes, you're making a good point.
No, honestly, abstract point of view from you, and whether you agree with it or not, am I making good
Well,
points?
yeah.
Yeah, because
I
unlike you, I'm not racist. I don't care about people's size. I don't care about their upbringing, and I don't care about their sexuality. Therefore, they're all free game because I believe you're my equal. And me talking to you and making jokes is a sign of equality that I treat you the same as I treat everybody else. Bang, bang, boom. Now let me punch a woman. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Why is that? Why is that like like someone fucking sucks whenever like they talk about like women rights? Like, oh, does that mean I can punch a woman now? It's like, why is that? Like, how mentally ill are you? Where your brain goes, women being equal. It's like, oh, so can I hit them now? It's like, have you been just wanting to hit women this whole time? Like,
Yeah. Who's? I haven't heard that in a while.
it was like it's always like a running thing. I've heard that like a shit ton of times. You've never heard that?
No.
You never heard that? Like the whole thing was like, oh, you want to be equal? Does that mean we can punch you now?
No, it's more like money.
No, I know. That's what people actually wanted to say, but they always the
Yeah.
counter argument because, oh yeah, does that mean we can punch you now? Are you that fucking thick? Did you think that I think there's people actually campaigning out there for women's rights to punch them? How funny would that be? There's a guy at a like at a women's rally with a sign that goes, let me able to, I want to be able to punch women.
Let me
I
at
want to
him.
yeah, I want to sock my wife in the mouth. Women deserve to be punched too.
Yeah.
Me too, right in the kisser.
That's the back of the sign. It's got like a fist.
So what's his name? The guy from fucking Honeymooners, Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
One of these days. What a weird show that was, where it was just a guy who threatened to beat his wife every episode. That was his catchphrase. His catchphrase was threatening domestic violence on his wife. Much different times.
You
What
couldn't
was it?
make
What was
that
her name?
today.
One of these days, right to the moon. It's like, I'm gonna punch you so hard I'm gonna send you to the moon one of these days.
They tried to pitch that show. It's like, it's okay. He's joking.
It's okay, it's a joke. It's like, well,
Yeah.
there's no audience here, and he actually seems he doesn't like technically within the show's idea, there is no audience in his apartment, and neither of them laugh.
It's what ridiculousness of TV.
I'm just saying, imagine if they made that show now, where
No, they couldn't. They
the big
couldn't.
catchphrase joke is just threatening domestic violence. It's just, and your wife is like, "I'm gonna beat you." That's the biggest running joke of the show, is that maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I'm gonna threaten you every week.
Yeah, you couldn't put that on TV today. You could probably put that on YouTube.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you
they
could
let
put
our
it on.
podcast on YouTube.
Oh, look at you, funny. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do stuff like that ever again.
All right.
Just made the just killed the whole vibe. I just took no. It's a
This is
bad
my
boy.
podcast. This is
Sit,
mine.
sit, sit, sit.
I
Stay,
am sitting.
stay. Good boy. You want a treat? Go grab that other Coke you were talking about.
No,
Slurp that down.
no,
Why not?
because I have to leave
Delete
and
what?
find it. I don't have it on
I
me.
don't care. It's not like the podcast will change if you leave. It'll be the same thing.
No, I'll wait till afterward. That'll be my reward.
Yep, you gotta do little rewards. Honestly, it's not a reward 'cause it's slowly killing you. That's like me saying a cigarette's a reward.
But do you say it is? Do you treat it like it is?
No, I just treat it like an addiction that it is. I'm just like, gotta go have another one.
Yeah.
I apologize to people even. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go to a cigarette. I have it. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a terrible addiction. It's weird that it's also weird that like cigarettes is the one where it's like people don't like it, but if you're just like, oh, you have a horrible addiction and say that to someone with cigarettes, it's like, oh, okay. Like it's just like they just kind of shrug it off.
Yeah, because it's just, people, they just smoke. It's like a activity instead of an addiction.
Yeah, it's also got to be one of the dumbest addictions to have. Like heroin makes more sense than cigarettes.
Yeah, and then there's
Because
food.
heroin at least makes you feel good. So I've heard. Like,
There's food addiction. There's
yeah, I mean,
sex addiction.
food addiction, you got that one. Sex addiction, I got that one. You've seen some of the if you've seen some of the pork rinds I've been with, oh, real looks like a fisherman's knuckle. Like,
Gee, this is our 40th episode, and
I have problems. I'm a
yeah, we've
nymphomaniac.
lost all our female listeners.
No, I why?
I don't know. We
I'm
went
not
through.
saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're bad people. Oh, are we on this whole? We're gonna have to do this guy where we go. Everybody is beautiful. Are we doing that thing?
Why you hate that guy?
I don't like that saying because I don't think it's fair to people with beautiful bodies. That's why
No,
I don't like it.
they should be upper on the pedestal.
No, I don't think they're upper. It's just like they work really fucking hard at it. Think of all the
Yeah,
good food that we eat that they don't eat to look like that. All the working out they do, calorie counting, stuff like that. It's like
yeah.
they work really
This
fucking
weekend,
hard.
this
And it's
weekend
not
we
really
did
fair that like Evan can just eat all the fucking chicken tenders and pizza he wants and gets to sit on the other side of the screen and go, my body is beautiful. It's like, fuck you, dude. That guy or girl worked their ass off for that body.
They did. They
So I
love to
don't think
work
it's
out.
fair. I don't think it's fair for that.
It's just the same, just to not be.
That'd be like saying that everybody is funny.
Well,
It's like
in
that's
some
not
ways,
fair.
maybe you are.
That's not fair to funny people like me, If you said you're funny, that's unfair to funny people like me.
True, but I don't say that.
Okay, let me give you like if we just said everyone's good at playing the guitar. Everyone's great at playing the guitar.
I don't think I'm too bad.
At playing guitar?
Yeah,
You're like 3 chords.
so that's all you need.
Dog shit.
G C F.
No,
Boom.
you're dog shit. Most people are bad at playing the instrument they know how to play. Most people are bad.
Oh yeah, the how.
Yeah, because they really don't. Most people are bad at playing instruments, and then you have a fraction that are decent, but people think that like there's so many people that are bad at playing instruments that people think decent is good now, and then you have even smaller, like tiny, minute fraction that's actually really good at playing their instruments. And actually, if I'm being quite honest, I only fall, I think, actually in the decent at playing instrument.
No, I think you're a great drummer.
No, but I think you only think I'm a great drummer because most people suck at playing the drums. Because like I honestly, I know how to play the drums adequately, but I feel like most people who play the drums don't. So most people suck at playing the drums. So if you see someone play an instrument adequately, you're like, that person's fucking great. It's like, nah, I'm decent. I just know what I'm doing.
Well, if you compare yourself to like Neil Peart or John Bonham,
Well, then
You're
that's
probably
when you
not. That's
that's when you get into the next tier of good.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think most people suck at playing instruments, and that's why I don't like seeing most people play instruments. Like, does anyone have a friend that like, oh man, I learned how to play guitar. I learned how to
It's like,
play.
don't we have enough guitars?
Yeah, it's like, dude.
No.
Anytime someone tells me they're learning a string instrument that isn't bass, I am upset
Why?
because it's just
Why is bass get let off the hook? Because you love bass.
because, but first off, bass means that you actually have rhythm, and that if you play bass, you probably like actually like music. Where most people who play a string instrument just want to learn how to like say they play an instrument, like play it.
The real reason is
I feel like most
the
people
real
play
reason
drums and
I
bass
need a
for
buddy in the
love.
rhythm section. I need someone to jam with.
Yeah,
So
that's what
I
I'm
need
saying.
you to
I'm
play
just looking for a
bass.
bass player. No, I honestly just think that if you play bass or drums, there's a good chance that you actually like the like you actually want to play an instrument. You want to play an instrument because you just want to learn how to you want to know how to do it. Versus, I think there's a lot of people who play guitar are just learning how to play guitar so they can say they play guitar or you know what I mean? Like real fucking douche level.
Well, it's just something a new skill to learn. You can play,
So
cover
you can say I
songs.
play a guitar, right?
That's the reason when someone buys a guitar is just to say that they don't want to learn any songs
That
or
and to have it sit in their apartment or home.
I'm looking at mine right now. I'm like, yep, you
Yeah.
hit that one right on the nail.
Because fucking, you know what I also hate? I hate guitar guys.
They mean guitar guys. People that work.
Anyone who plays guitar in public without like really good reason, and unless they're fantastic at playing guitar, if they're just basically bad at it, but like some people think it's okay because they know some
Are
chords
you
or
talking
something
about
like
people
that.
just out on the street?
Out on the street, if you've ever been to a coffee shop, if someone pulls out an acoustic guitar, I want to break that acoustic guitar over their fucking head. That is my level of distaste and hate for that.
Someone,
Anyone who pulls on an acoustic guitar, like let's say I'm hanging out with friends and someone's like, "Well, I'm just gonna pull out my acoustic guitar." I'm like, "I'll kill you. I'll end your life right here. We were all having a good time. You just had to come douche this up. You had to come try to
what is
brag."
wrong with an acoustic guitar? I don't
First
see
off,
anything
it's
that's
fucking
wrong.
lame. It's fucking lame.
No, it's a different type of.
Shut up, Garfunkel. It's fucking lame. Unless you're gonna shred, because most people who play acoustic guitar play it because they only know they can play three chords.
Yeah, that's all you need
That's not even a
to make most
skill.
music.
I can play three chords and I don't know anything about guitar.
I mean, that's pretty fair. I mean, usually with songs, they have more instrumentation, so piano,
Well,
and then
piano's sick as fuck, dude.
yeah, and then the electric guitar, it's all notes, singles.
That's not true at all. You play chords on an electric guitar. That's
But
the
most
dumbest
people,
shit I've ever heard. That is the dumbest,
you'll hear more chords.
most ill-informed, just answer out of your fucking ass I've ever heard. And that's not even remotely true in any sense of the word. What a fucking dumb, stupid thing you said
I'm trying
publicly.
to say you
You're
hear
trying to
more.
pretend like you know what you're talking about right now, and you're really just making this podcast name into its like fullest fruition with that last statement of just pure
you
idiot, dumb, fucking stupid shit.
The point is you play more chords on acoustic guitar than electric. Is that in the ballpark?
It's you play it. I mean, you don't have to. It's just mostly if
Well,
someone's
I feel like
playing.
when people play
Most people.
chords, they're mostly playing. It's mostly acoustic. It's and more.
No, I would say when people normally, I think you have that sentence backwards. I say when people are playing acoustic, they're normally playing chords.
Yeah, I
I would
guess.
say when normally people are playing chords, they're still probably playing electric guitar because it's the cooler of the two instruments, and that's what you should be playing.
I like a good acoustic guitar, man.
I
Sometimes
mean, if it's all right, here's the
there's
thing:
some good songs that are acoustic guitar.
Johnny Cash
Yes,
rocks
Rain of
it.
Fire.
Yeah, well, any Johnny Cash song he rocks acoustic. Hank Williams.
Oh, what song did we listen to his today? Hey, good
Hey, good
looking.
looking. What a fucking great song. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
It just came out of
Oh,
nowhere after like a like a metal song we were listening to that just came
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
isn't my shuffle on my Spotify just like it's like a bipolar disorder in music form?
It's like we're listening to Metallica. It's like, oh, Post Malone. This is
Yeah, it's like
what a switch.
Metallica, Post Malone, Hank Williams. Like, well, there's a big roundup of three different songs. And
Rush.
then fucking Lucini by Campbell comes on.
When I was driving back here, just like right before I got here, they were playing Circles by Post Malone.
That
So
song
I
came
guess it
on for
is our
some reason.
song.
It just comes up every time I see you. That song gets played
It's our
somehow.
song, man.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Should we go see
We're
Post Malone?
we're running in
Should,
circles. I heard he has a good show.
I mean, I don't think really anyone who's just like a solo act is usually that good unless they play an instrument. Because I've
Yeah,
been
they
to a
usually
lot of them.
don't.
Not saying it'd probably be a bad show. Not even shitting on him. Like he's clearly talented. He's dropped. I mean, how many number one hit songs? Like I'm not gonna be like the guy doesn't. That guy's shit. You know, like I'm not one of those fucking assholes. Like people who say Post Malone sucks. It's like, all right, calm down. I understand the world's changing and you're not, and you're scared, but it's okay. All right, you don't
It's
have to
the
like it.
yeah.
You don't have to like it, but you don't have to be scared of it either. All right. Like,
There's a father and son having a heart to heart about Post Malone.
yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like I really like when people like really, really hate new music. It's like fine to say like, ah, yeah, I don't like it. It's not my style, like whatever. But when people are like, that guy sucks. He has no fucking talent. When it's like a new big mainstream star, it's like I get it. The times are changing, and you're not ready for it, and you really want to hold on to the past. So you hate this change. You hate what's happening. You're like
Yeah,
things aren't the same anymore. God damn it.
there's a lot of good new artists out now.
I mean, they're all. I would say there's a lot of new talented artists out there. Good is perspective based.
Yeah, I really like Olivia Rodrigo's new music.
I don't even know who that is
Olivia
because
Rodrigo,
it's. I thought that was a cereal.
she's all over the radio. She's like
Was
she's like Billie Eilish's age. They're like 18, and she's like was on a High School Musical show, and she's got a new album out. She sings "Driver's License,"
okay. Oh yeah. Okay, my niece
and
likes that
then
song.
we listened to
The
another
problem
one of
with
her.
listening. Okay, the problem with me listening to 18-year-old music, right? It feels wrong. It
Yeah,
feels it like you shouldn't be doing it. And it's not even something against their music; they'd be very talented, but it's just like I almost find it like it's weird to listen to like a child's music.
yeah, maybe.
18, it just seems weird.
Well, I think the music's good. It sounds
I'm not even
It sounds like
disagreeing.
Avril Lavigne, kind
I
of.
haven't even heard it. Haven't even heard it. I'm not even disagreeing with it. It just seems wrong. I can't explain why, but morally, there feels like there's a problem with a grown man listening to an 18-year-old's music, like an 18-year-old girl's music. I don't know why, but there's something like in my heart goes, nah, you shouldn't be doing that. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's just on the radio all the time.
that's fine. If they put child porn on the radio, would you also watch that
No,
or listen to it? Yeah, why? Why?
because it's bad.
Exactly. Because it's not right.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to get at.
All I was trying to say is I'm a big fan of the new music, just like Billie Eilish.
I mean, I'm not.
I think they're both great songwriters.
I mean, I've never really listened to Billie Eilish, and I have nothing against her either. I mean, she seems cool. Like it seems hip. My niece is like. I think there's just a weird thing about me listening to the same music my niece is like. I think that might be what it is. It's just like because one, if I do that, I'm gonna ruin it for him. I don't want to
Yeah.
ruin it for him because everyone knows. Everyone knows you don't want to listen to the same music as like your uncle.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against them. Like I get it. Like music, especially like at the ages they're starting to get, like that is like your way of rebellion in a way. It's like you're being a rebel.
Just listen to Billie Eilish.
You listen to music your parents don't like, or you know what I mean, or like your older peers don't like.
I mean, I've never done that. I still listen to the same, U2, that sort of thing.
I mean, but you didn't listen to any stuff that your parents didn't like.
Or maybe Eminem once in a while.
Well, you know what? This all makes sense because you never really even got away from them. You're still their kid. Like you still asked them for permission for shit.
No, I just
Yeah,
saw
you
them
did.
today.
Yeah, you dude. You
They asked.
legit asked them for permission for shit. I've
No, they
been with
asked.
you. Yes, you do.
They
Why are
didn't
you
want me to
lying?
leave. They're
Why
like,
are
"Why are
you
you
lying
going
for
home so
Bob?
early?" I'm like, "Cause Drew needs to record."
Right. But don't lie to the pod. You do ask them for permission
No,
sometimes.
I do not. What are you
You
talking
have, dude.
about?
We've already brought it up, or I've heard you call on your phone and ask them to do stuff. You've literally told me where you've like come into town to hang out with your parents. You're like, I don't know if they'll. I'm like, let's hang out. And you're like, I don't know if they'll let me. The fuck do you mean you don't know if they'll let you?
Yeah,
See, that's why you never did. You never branched out and became independent enough.
I'm
I don't.
trying.
I'll
I'm
go a whole
trying.
week without talking to my parents. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to branch out.
Just listen to punk rock music and rap, dude. Well, that was my rebellious phase.
You still listen to punk rock music.
Yeah, I do. Maybe I never grew out of that phase. Maybe we're two opposite coins of a spectrum here.
Man, we just
I went too punk and rebelled too much, and I'm still stuck in it. And then you did the exact opposite, where you just behaved and listened to authority that you stuck in. We really are opposites of a coin.
yeah, we are in a way.
Think about it. Neither of us grew up,
We're
but we
Peter
didn't.
Pan.
But we didn't grow up in different ways.
It's Peter Pan. We're the
Dude, I
boys who
am.
never grew up.
I'm fucking Peter Pan. I'll go to Never Never Land. Fuck Captain Cook up, dude.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook, I'll tell you one thing Captain Hook can't do. He can't take a hook, man. I'm gonna give him with the right hook. I'm
Right
gonna
hook,
juke him
Captain
up.
Hook.
I'm gonna shift him. I'm gonna shuck and jive, dude, and get him with the right hook. Clock his ass out. Knock him out that boat, and that gator's gonna eat him. And then I'll just turn to him and like, I am the captain now. Here I am now, flying ship, dude. You had a flying ship, right?
In the second movie, they did the sequel. That was like direct to DVD or something.
Tinkerbell at one point he captures her so that she'll make his ship fly. Isn't that a thing in the first one?
I don't remember that. I
I
think
don't know.
so.
I haven't watched that movie in God knows how long.
Remember
I
didn't
know the
they
last
do
time I watched
drugs
it,
or
yeah,
something?
I can literally tell you that this is how long ago it was that I watched the movie. The last time I watched that movie, it was on VHS. I know I watched the last time I watched it, it was a VHS
Yeah,
that I watched it on.
it used to be like my favorite Disney film as a kid.
Really?
Peter Pan,
Well, I was a dude who was cool, so mine was Hercules.
yeah. I guess we're on opposite ends of the Disney
God
film
damn.
spectrum.
No, it's not that bad. Oh, dude, speaking of films, remember we were talking about last night, Cruella?
Yeah,
And they're like, and my brother was talking about, he's like, could they pick a weirder villain and like to make a movie about? And I was like, yeah, they totally could have. The fucking whale from Pinocchio,
Monstro.
Monstro. Imagine what that movie would be about. It's like, I didn't want to become this monster. I, I just the monster they turned me into. And it's all about. It's just a big movie about how the whaling industry corrupted Monstro and how he used to be a nice whale until the whaling industry killed all of his family, and now he's out for blood.
Yeah,
So
I think
I just made Monstro a sympathetic villain because we live in 2021 where villains have to be sympathetic because God forbid we don't like align with evil at all.
yeah, I like the who named the whale Monstro.
Walt Disney.
It's just so weird. It's like, what can we think of it? It's a monster whale.
An,
It's just name it
an
Monstro.
anti-Semitic, an anti-Semite named Walt Disney.
I was talking about like every 90% of the characters in Pinocchio are all evil and villains. There's
Are they? I
Pinocchio and
don't remember
Geppetto
that.
and everybody else is mean. There was that the fox and
I don't remember much of that fucking movie, dude.
yeah,
Are they-
he just goes on a little quest. There's like
he went on there and back again? He hit 9 bars there and back in one night.
it's
Dude,
Pinocchio
I need to go
too.
watch Pinocchio. I didn't realize that was the movie.
No, remember when he gets caught? He's like part of that circus show thing, and
Vaguely,
the guy
yes.
locks him up in that cage. He's like, "You're not leaving."
I'm not a big Disney fan, but vaguely I do remember this.
Remember when they go to Pleasure Island, they all turn into donkeys?
No, but there's a fucking Pleasure Island. I want to go.
Treasure Island, Pleasure Island. I don't know.
Pleasure Island sounds a lot different than Treasure Island.
Yeah, I think it's Pleasure
Pleasure
Island.
Island sounds like it's just all the blowjobs you want.
Well,
It's
it's
an
more
all
like
you
a
can
carnival.
it's an all you can eat ass buffet.
It's more like a carnival.
Dude, now that I think about it, an all you can eat ass buffet is such a funny imagery. Do you
Yeah,
think so? How do you picture it? Here's how
just
I picture
ass
it.
on the, just on like trays
No,
or something.
it's sort of. So it's like a long table, but you have holes cut out in the table where there's now asses sticking out of it. But then you have those like tin foil serving trays, you know what I'm talking about? Like the ones
Yeah,
you get at like weddings or like barbecues where they have like those big tinfoil serving trays. So there's a hole cut in that, and the ass is in that, and then there's just a wide variety of asses from different sizes to different races. And then there's this in genders. We'll do the whole smorgasbord. We'll make it real. Everybody's welcome to this all you can eat ass buffet. Um, and
this is
then there's a
ridiculous.
scoop, and then there's just a scoop, and there's just a scoop in every ass. So you just get a plate and you just scoop an ass, or you can taste it right from the tap. Your choice.
It's your next $1 million idea.
I like the idea of a scoop and an ass and people walking by and scooping ass onto a plate.
Just got like a shovel or something.
Man, can anyone else tell that I didn't go to college? Like,
Yeah, it's another $1 million idea right there.
all you can eat ass
Right
buffet,
by
dude.
the black, the blow. What is it? The
Now
Black Light
that
Lounge,
no, the blackout bar.
blackout bar.
But speaking of which, if that was this idea, the all you can eat ass buffet. This one definitely is prostitution. There's no way that's not prostitution, right? That's definitely prostitution.
Both of those are prostitution.
No, it's not.
You're
Blacklight Lounge is
disguising
not. Blacklight
alcohol
Bar is
sales as
not.
a.
I am not disguising. They're not getting. They're not being paid for
It's
sexual
blackout
favors.
bar.
Yes,
Okay, I was thinking Blacklight Lounge.
that's where we used to do fucking stand up in Gaylord.
Oh yeah,
Bunch of hicks. Oh, remember Bob? Remember
yeah.
that heckler that used to be there? He's dead. Fucking so happy.
Didn't you
He
roast him?
died. Yeah, I went to his roast. God, I shouldn't have did that. I literally roasted everybody and then didn't do the "I like you." I roasted him. I was just like, I honestly hope you die. I never liked you and I never will. You were a terrible person. That was like the end after I roast beforehand.
Yeah.
That was a good roast. I got free nachos and $50 out of it. God, stand up is awesome.
Yeah.
But we should talk about the Ron White thing.
Oh yeah, we should. What
So
happened?
for Father's Day, I was taking my dad to go see Ron White, and I literally go, and he hasn't been out in over a year since before COVID because he's older and then waited to get vaccinated and all that stuff. So he's literally done nothing in over a year. So I go to pick him up. My dad's all dressed up, like he's like put on some good clothes because we're going out to Soaring Eagle Casino. That's where it's performed at. I'm wearing standard punk Drew attire, ripped up jeans, a Metallica t-shirt, like
All black.
yeah, all black. And so I go to pick my dad up, and I in the car, and I'm talking for a minute, and then like driving for a few minutes. That's when I realized I'm like, oh, Dad's shit faced. My dad's already shit faced. Like I'm like, oh, he's hammered drunk right now. To the point where we get to this, we have to stop. He wants to try to get a cigar, so I stop at a gas station, and my dad's in the gas station trying to fight a cop.
But this is before.
This is before we haven't even made it to the casino yet. My dad's already
Yeah.
trying to fight a cop. That's how hammered he is. He's doing like an old school, like put him up to him. And I'm like, God damn it, Dad. What the fuck are you doing? And like I had to explain it to him. I'm like, Dad, don't you realize that you're not at the age, like you're in your 70s now. I hate to break it to you. No one's fighting you. All you're gonna do is get me into a fight.
Yeah.
Because what am I supposed to do? Just let some guy just beat the shit out of my 7-year-old dad, even though he fucking totally deserves it? I can't do that. I can't be like, yeah, well, my dad kind of deserved to get his ass kicked, so I'll just watch him get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, you got to step in and defend.
Yeah, so literally, it's just me trying to not like the amount of fights he tries to get in this whole thing. But we finally get there. We go to Ron White. My dad is just the worst there. I love him to death, but he was the worst. Like even trying to order him a drink beforehand, I go up, I'm like, oh, can I have a beer? And he's like, well, what do you got? And they're like, all these. And he's like, and then he had them tell them every single liquor they had, and him say he doesn't like it. And then I just like, Dad, just what do you want? And he goes, me love you long time. That was his response every time I was like, I'm at this bar, and it was like to the point where the people serving drinks just feel bad for me at this point. Like they understand what I'm going through because they know I'm the voice of reason. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn it, Dad. Um, so he keeps doing. Eventually, he just gets a beer. I get him back to the seats. We sit down in our seats. First thing he does is complain that the seats are too far right. It's like, oh, you're welcome, Dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just immediately complain. The opener starts. We're watching it. My dad gets up about like close to the end of the set, and he goes, "I'm gonna go get a drink." I'm like, "All right, fine." So he walks off to go get a drink. I keep looking back behind me, trying to make sure he's in line, right? He's in line. He's in line. He's in line. He's not coming back yet. Finally, Ron White comes on. I watch Ron White for a minute, and then I turn to look back. My dad's no longer in line. I'm like, okay, so he's back, coming back to his seat. 5 minutes go by, and I go, look back. Dad's not in line. He's not back here. What the fuck happened to my father? And I'm like, God damn it. I got to go find him now. So I'm not even watching now Ron White. I go look at both the concession lines. I go to both different bathrooms. I'm looking for him. Finally, I'm like, maybe he's back at the seat. So I start walking back to our seat. I find my dad walking away from our seat. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I found us 2 seats up front. No one's sitting at. Let's go take them. I'm like, dude, Dad, I got these tickets for my buddy Nick. This is a private event for members only. I don't want to fuck him over and get some shit. Like, these tickets are in his name. I don't know how this casino private shit works. And he's just like, whatever, I'm going then. I'm like, God damn it. So I go sit down and I watch my dad walk all the way up to the front stage right in front of Ron White, walk in front of the stage to get to the middle seats and sit down. And I mean, he might have sat there for a whole 30 seconds before someone just walked up and was like, sir, you clearly do not sit here. Like, these are clearly not your seats. And he stands up and comes back and sits with me. He's like, God damn it, this is bullshit, blah, blah. He basically complains for most of the show at this point for like another half hour to the point where I'm eventually like, fuck it, you know what? I don't even care anymore. Let's go steal better seats, Dad. If it makes you happy, this was your gift and you're miserable about it. So we go up, we steal seats, we sit down. As soon as we sit down, my dad goes, "Oh, this is just so much better now." And then we actually watched the last 20 minutes of Ron White. We probably watched only like 20 minutes of Ron White in all entirety. So we get done, show gets done. I walk up, I'm like, all right, I have to go to the bathroom. Dad, stay here. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And he goes, all right. I go to the bathroom. I come back. My dad's gone.
Of course.
Missing. My dad's shit-faced too. So now it's like my 71-year-old shit-faced father that doesn't own a cell phone is just missing in the casino. So I'm like looking around. I have to immediately call my brother who's on our way to meet us out there. And I'm like, because we're going to gamble afterwards. And I call him. I'm like, hey, Sam, I don't know what to tell you, but I lost Dad. And he's like, what? You lost Dad? I'm like, yeah, he's shit-faced. I have no idea where he is. So I'm looking around for my dad for a while. At one point, I'm like, this is embarrassing, but I have to just go up to security and be like, yeah, I lost my dad. Like some kind of kid.
Yeah.
Fucking
kid at the Walmart
store.
or
I
something.
lost my parents. I can't find my daddy. So they have to page my dad over the speaker, like, Teen Campbell, your son is waiting for you at the front desk. And he doesn't come. Like, he does. Of course he doesn't come.
Of course, he's not gonna listen.
Because I realized, I'm like, oh, he's the level of shitface. Of course he's not going to listen to announcements. He doesn't even know where the fuck he is probably right now. So then I go looking for him again. I finally find him as soon as roughly my brother shows up. So we're talking for a while. We go. I'm like, all right, let's get you a play. I meet my brother while we're getting into the players line or to the players club. You get the fucking players club card or whatever, player card. I don't know what the fuck you call them. So we're waiting to sign up for that. My dad keeps complaining about waiting in line. I'm like, Dad, just wait. We're gonna get you in line. Blah blah blah. So we move up there. Finally get in line. We have to do it separately. So I go to one. He goes to the other register. I finish. Gal, my dad's still doing his thing. So I go and I'm standing. I go start talking to my brother who's waiting in the line a little bit behind us. And then about 10 minutes go by. My dad's still up there, and I'm like, shit. Sam's like, yeah, you better go check on him. So I go up there to talk, like check on him. I see him talking to the like girl that's doing the whole, signing up for his card. And immediately I walk up and I go, hey, how's it coming, Dad? He goes, how's it coming? And then he turns, leans over the counter. He goes, are you coming yet? And I was like, holy shit, Dad. I'm so sorry to the lady. Like, Jesus. I apologized to her. My dad went up there and just bit this lady. Okay, so when I was young, I went to Mackinac Island. I bought my dad a souvenir from there, and it was a fake ID of Curly, like a Curly, like a driver's license for Curly. And now my dad constantly, as a joke, he keeps it in his wallet all the time and uses it all the time when someone wants to see his ID. He thinks it's the funniest shit on the planet.
It is
I'll
funny.
tell you right,
It's
it's
the fill
funny.
out space. You
I'm
give him the card.
I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. I've been doing this bit's this
Just
bit's been
business
going
around for
on.
20 years.
It's been around for about 20 years now, and I'm done with it. All right.
Retire it.
So I went up there, and that's what my dad was doing. You have to give him their ID, and my dad's like, she's like it would have been funny if he did that, but then he's not giving her his real ID and insisting that this is his real ID. I'm like, holy shit, Dad. So eventually I get him to give her a real ID. At this point, the lady understands that I'm just taking care of my father. So she stops even trying to ask the questions, my dad, and just starts asking me the questions to answer them all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, finally, we get him through that. We go sit down and like, I'm like, all right, Dad, we'll sit you down in a slot. And my dad's playing slots, and my brother's girlfriend's staying there with us. And this guy walks up to my brother's girlfriend. I don't even know what he says. Or he talks to her for like a minute or something like that. And my dad sees as he gets up. He goes, hey, motherfucker, that's my son's girlfriend. It was like, Jesus Christ, Dad. Like, he just said hi to her. Like, you cannot be doing this. So I just, like, my dad starts walking at him. So I'm like boxing my dad out to go fight another guy. My brother finally gets his card. And I'm like, all right, well, I need to go out for a smoke. Dad, do you want to go out for a smoke? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So I go out and smoke with my brother's girlfriend, me and my dad. I'm like, all right, I'm going to step inside real quick. Let Sam and his friend know where we're at. So I go in and tell them where we're at. We're going outside to come out. I go back outside. My dad is just walking away with some random guy like into the parking lot. And I'm like, Dad, I have to run up. I'm like, Dad, where are you going? And he goes, oh, man. He goes, this guy was going to – actually, and as I walk up, when I hear that, I hear them both just talking shit. It's another older guy. And they're both just talking shit about their sons. About like how their sons are the worst. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, Dad, how you doing? He goes, oh, here he comes. He goes, man, this guy was about to roll one with me, but you're going to ruin it all. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Dad. I'm like, you know what? I'm not – this is your father's day. I'm not going to do your thing. If you want to go smoke a joint in the parking lot, go do it. So he walks off. And then my brother and his girlfriend and his friend, I'm like, you guys can just go in. I'll wait here for him. So I'm sitting out in the smokers section, just chain smoking cigarettes, waiting for my dad to come back. And about like 40 minutes go by before I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck is this guy? Is he dead out in this parking lot? So I'm like, I walk in the general direction of where they went to in the parking lot. I have no idea. It's a massive parking lot. Yeah. So I'm walking around till eventually I just can hear my dad. Like, I could hear him. That's how loud and drunk he is.
Where was he at?
He's in a fucking car smoking a joint with his other dude. And then he comes up, he goes, oh, fun police is here. I walk up, he goes, oh, the fun's over now. And I'm like, when did I become lame? Like, I thought I was cool as hell when I go out. People I'm usually a party, but when I'm with my dad, I'm the fucking parent now. I've realized this. If I go out with my dad, I am the parent that's watching after him and taking care of him. My dad goes so fucking full frontal, and he's so old, I'm worried about him. I'm his parent that looks after him. I'm babysitting him all night. But then finally says, by that, we go back inside. I get my dad on some slots for a bit. Sam comes. He has to leave. So basically my dad saw my brother almost not at all. My brother drove all the way out there to hang out with him for Father's Day. My dad rather hang out with other people and do other stuff. Like, he just didn't give a shit. So eventually we have to go back in line and get a drink. And I remember waiting in line, and my dad just picks a fight with a guy again. He goes, "Look at this fucking nerd right here." I'm like, "Jesus Christ, Dad, he's 2 feet away from you. Like, there's no way this guy is
Just
not
was he
hearing
just
this."
standing there and he's like, "Look at this fucking nerd right here."
Yeah, he goes, "This fucking nerd's in my seat." And I'm like, Dad, it's how is that your seat?" He goes, "That's where I sit." I'm like, "Dad, there's one seat here. Why don't we just go sit on the other side of the bar?" He goes, "No, that's my fucking seat." So he sits down next to the guy. And he's literally just talking shit about the guy when he's sitting right next to him. I'm like, I'm gonna have to fight this fucking guy because he keeps turning and looking at us, and I'm just like, dear God, Dad, like, no fear. My dad lives with no fear. I thought I lived with no fear. My father, me, Papa, he lives with no fear, dude.
That's what's up.
And eventually, I had to get him out of there. And literally, I texted my brother while I was leaving. Right, all right, we're finally leaving. Maybe I'll meet up with you when I get back into town. Sam then texts me an hour later and he goes, "All right, so have you left yet?" I'm like, "Well, we left an hour ago, but we're actually now just leaving the town." Because my dad wanted to stop 2 places. We ended up being for just getting him to the car, then getting him to stop at a store to get something. And then also he wanted to stop at McDonald's. It took me an hour to leave Mount Pleasant.
It's a long time.
But then I found out he loved it. He's like, it was a blast. It was such a great time. Like he had such a blast, and I did not. It was not fun for me at all. But I'm glad he enjoyed it. I'm number one son. I'm number one son.
The power rankings.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I think we should do plugs, man. Wrap it up.
Yeah, we still have like I think 4 minutes left.
Yes, but it's plugs time,
Okay.
right? And then when we normally start fucking plugs at.
We start plugs now like an hour in.
Well, okay. What did you do for Father's Day? Did I ever ask you?
We went golfing, but we were playing behind a group of 5. And they were like there was a kid that was like playing golf for his first time, so it took like a long
Why didn't you just ask if you could go through?
because there was like 2 groups ahead of them. It was busy. Every hole was pretty busy.
That's the worst.
We only played 5 holes and they
I
gave
don't
us a
even
free
like.
game.
Yeah, I don't even like golfing, but even when I do, the worst is when you have to wait for the next group. You want to go golfing when there's no one golfing, I feel like.
It's like late Saturday, like 3 or 4. You can go play 9 holes and there'd be nobody at the course.
Why do you only do half like a pussy? Why don't you do the full 18?
Because it's only the course I go to is only 9 holes.
I probably don't like golfing because it's just filled with a lot of memories of my dad being really mad at me about golfing.
It's a fun sport to play.
Well, my dad had a lot of anger issues growing up, so it wasn't. There's a lot of breaking of clubs and screaming.
Well, we all have bad shots sometimes.
Yeah, do you take it out on the club at a rock?
No, I'll just be like, dang it, and I'll slam it on the...
And
I try not to get too angry. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun.
You go dang it and slam it on the ground, and your dad goes, watch your language. Watch your mouth. Why are you swearing like that?
I feel like our family, we are the Flanders family, just
And I
in
am the
real
Simpsons.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the Flanders.
We're the
I'm
Flanders.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Somehow Bart and what's one of the kids' names?
Lisa, Maggie.
No. Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
One of it. It's like somehow you're Todd and I'm Bart Simpson, and we somehow became really good friends.
Yeah.
Are you more of a Rod or are you more of a Todd?
I don't know. I think I'm more.
You know what, guys? Comment down below. Is Evan more of a Rod Flanders or a Todd Flanders? Huh?
I'm more of a Ned Flanders.
What a good transition! What a good transition to plugs, right?
Yeah.
You're a Rod Flanders or a Todd Flanders? Comment below. Let us know what you think about Evan. Seriously, guys, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure you hit like. Crush the like button, smash the subscribe button, and other shit like that, dude. And make sure you give us a good old share. The shares are very important. Share the fucking podcast. No one's doing it. I've been saying it. You know what? If no one shares it this week, next episode is me putting a gun in my mouth and painting the wall behind me. That's what I say. If none of you share it, I will paint the wall behind me with what I like to call brain matter. I'm gonna make a Jason Pollock painting with my head if you guys don't fucking don't share the fucking podcast.
Actually, before we go, I was telling my mom, like, me and Drew have to record the podcast. She's like, you guys have a podcast? I'm like, yeah, you criticized it.
She goes, I don't remember. I don't really keep up with the stuff you're doing.
She's like, it doesn't pop up in my feed.
Of course it doesn't. Algorithm doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to us on Spotify, make sure you follow us and download all the episodes. If you're listening to us on Stitcher, make sure you follow us and download all the episodes. If you want to contact us, you can contact us at netpit@gmail.com for bookings. If you want to do a live podcast or if you want to book us for stand-up comedy, you can do that. Pay us to do stuff. The pandemic's over. Who gives a shit? I'll lick your asshole for $5. And
Just someone's like, I'll take you up on
no,
that
I
offer.
bet we'll get emails about that one. I
Yeah.
bet, well, that's a hell of a deal. If you want to, you can follow our Facebook page at Inept Pit. You can follow us on Twitter at Inept Pit. And besides that, Evan, you can do your own plugs.
You can follow me on Twitter at Salsa Evan, and same name for Instagram, Salsa Evan.
All right, that being said, I think we're fucking done, dude. Rock and roll episode 40 in the bag, and it was a bad one. Actually, if you listen to this and you said this one sucks, go listen to episode 39. 39 was good, actually. 39 was a solid episode. This was a bad episode. This was a waste of your time. 39, good episode.
Yeah,
Maybe I need to just drink more. I need to drink more.
no, I think we need to drink
I'm going to
less.
start drinking right now. I'm heading up north. Peace. Happy America Day that happened a while ago. Bye.
Bye.